in Migori, in Turkana, Mr. Speaker. And that is why even when we went to Turkana as public accounts, we found more than 110 billion could not be accounted for. And that is why the public accounts declared Turkana County a crime scene, Mr. Speaker. Even on the issue of subsidized fertilizer in Kakamega County, it is shrouded in secrecy. And I have seen the Senator Boni Khalwale, the astronomical and ranking member of this House, trying to raise an issue of fertilizer, Mr. Speaker, where people were being told in Kakamega is subsidized, yet the county was selling to them and misappropriating funds, Mr. Speaker. So this issue of pending bills, we must agree how to handle, Mr. Speaker. Number 4, Mr. Speaker, on the shared functions. Mr. Speaker, you are aware industrial banks were being set, where counties were supposed to give 250 million. We don't know if you reduce these amounts, where will the counties get 250 million to put in industrial parks? Mr. Speaker, another function was community health volunteers, CHVs. If you touch this money going to counties, where will you get money to pay for CHVs? Those are shared functions between national and county governments. Mr. Speaker, even on the issue of subsidized fertilizer, we had pushed, like for example, for us who come from farmers, predominantly farmers, we wanted to have a subsidized fertilizer program in terms of last mile distribution of fertilizer. Mr. Speaker, these are shared functions between national and county government. Today in the afternoon, Mr. Speaker, we were discussing on the establishment of disaster management authority across the country, the bill that just came from the National Assembly, Mr. Speaker. In that aspect, we have not in any way. Mr. Speaker, it is sweet and sour. For us who have problems, so now, for example, in Nandi, there are no developments. You heard the other day, I have been saying Nandi is the headquarters of corruption. I have been vindicated. The other day, the payroll of the county was saying there were 1,800 ghost workers. Some of them were siblings to the governor. Others were campaign soloists for him. Others were radio callers, Mr. Speaker, who hero worship cultism of the governor in Nandi, Mr. Speaker. Others were what we call court chesters and political brokers that appear that have never stepped on the duty stations of any of those. Even one of the lead soloists of his song was never vetted as a chief officer of education, but he was earning money, yet he was not a chief officer, Mr. Speaker. Even the radio callers who have been insulting Senator Cheragei for 24 hours, I didn't know they were on payroll of the county until it was exposed the other day. They hero worship the governor, and if the senator is questioning the governor on development in Nandi, you bash them the whole in the morning show of famous radio stations, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, if you have worked in a Chinese restaurant, there is a food called sweet and sour. While I want money to go to Nandi, I also feel sad that that money might not do the intended functions in Nandi County. Every senator here, including yourself from Bomet, Mr. Speaker, we want money to go to Mashinani, but we cannot see. By the way, Mr. Speaker, there is a song that says when you look outside the window, that is a reggae song, there is nothing to smile about in our counties. As we saw Kapsabet County Referral Hospital, you cannot find even Panadol, Mr. Speaker, in Kapsabet County Referral Hospital. And that is why when you are in Kapsabet town, don't think you are doing well in terms of business. There are so many chemists and pharmacists, Mr. Speaker, because there are no drugs in Kapsabet County Referral Hospital. Go to Setek, go to Maraba, go to Kobucha, Kaptumo, go to Chepterwai, come to Mosoria, go to all these health centers, Mr. Speaker. Even in Kapkangani, Mr. Speaker, there are no drugs. Yet we fight here. You can see the Senate, Senator Kajwang, and the majority leader. Everybody is animated here, wants resources to go to makwiny. But do we see value for the money that we are pushing for, Mr. Speaker? And that is why I always feel that there are two institutions that have let us down, Mr. Speaker, as I come to winding up. Is the EACC. Because, for example, Mr. Speaker, before 2020, 2021, and around 2019, there was what we call ECD cement scandal in Nandi, where there were allegations that some senior officials had participated in distributing and stealing cement, and we reported to EACs. Up to now, no one has been charged, Mr. Speaker. As we talk today, even on this expose and mega scandal of ghost workers, no one has been charged. And by the time you give somebody appointment letter, Senator Manso, and he knows this under labor relations laws, and you as a senior counsel in this country, there are minutes, there is interview, there is advertisement, there is enrolled to IPPD, Mr. Speaker. But you wake up one day and give the employee that you have terminated their services and accuse them of having irregular appointment letters. Yet you are the one who gave them those appointment letters, Mr. Speaker. That is the tragedy that we are seeing in this county, Mr. And that is why I'm saying it's sweet and sour. Because we want money to go to counties, I am passionate that even Nandi should get even 20 billion per year through finance. Because I want to see maendeleo in mashinani, Mr. Speaker. But that money goes to enrich a few county elites, Mr. Speaker. People who are becoming overnight millionaires. And that is why we are creating 47 billionaires across counties, Mr. Speaker. Because the money we allocate here, we fight hard. And you have heard, Mr. Speaker, whenever you go to mashinani, the governor will always don't even recognize the effort of Senator Khalwale. Despite fighting that money,